Now, just because we're seeing fall and even winter-like weather recently, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be taking precautions when it comes to your pets. The winter cold can be just as dangerous as the summer heat. And here with some helpful tips on how to keep your pets warm and safe this winter is Christopher Romero. You're a lieutenant with the Animal Welfare Department. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First, tell me, do you see a lot of pet owners that don't realize that it is too cold for animals to be outside sometimes?
We do. A big misconception is that because our pets have fur that they can withstand the colder temperatures, and in a lot of cases it's not true. I mean, a lot of our pets just are not equipped with what they can do, what they need to withstand the extreme cold temperatures.
So what do you suggest? When is it too cold for pets just to be left outside, not to fend for themselves? We don't want to say, pet owners are just leaving them outside, but they're not realizing that it's too cold. When does it get to that point?
I think freezing temperatures, when the water in your bowls are starting to freeze, start to notice your pets are shivering uncontrollably. We would suggest, bringing them inside, indoors, where there's ventilated heat.
Okay.
But if you can't, we understand that too, and we strongly suggest, the ordinance requires it, that you must provide some adequate shelter to protect them from the wind and the moisture.
So there's an ordinance in place here in Albuquerque that you need to have some type of shelter for your pet outside.
Absolutely, and it's adequate shelter, so it's not. Some people are under the assumption that they can use like a shed or something of that nature, or like a camper shell laying on the back of a yard. You really need a doghouse, something that the animal goes in and it's going to trap the body heat, and something that's off the ground to prevent, if it snows or rains, to keep them dry.
That makes sense.
Sure.
So I know some pet owners, they'd like to put blankets, maybe towels in the dog houses, but if they don't want to do that, what is another option that they could do to try to insulate the home for them?
They can line it with straw. Straw will retain heat and will also evaporate moisture. The Animal Welfare Department is providing free straw. We've teamed up with the Bernalillo County Animal Care Services and Animal Protection New Mexico to provide free straw to the citizens of Albuquerque while supplies last.
So where can they pick that up?
They can pick that up at either one of the two shelters here in Albuquerque. They can pick it up. The west side shelter is at 11,800 Sunset Garden Southwest. The east side is 8920 Lomas Boulevard Northeast. And if they have trouble finding them, they can always contact 311.
And it's free. It's free.
It's free.
So they should take advantage of this.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about hay? Is hay another good insulator?
I think any effort by a pet owner to try to lay down some bedding where an animal can kind of burrow in and get warm, is a good idea. But we do suggest the straw because it retains the heat and it evaporates moisture.
A lot of pet owners may not think, it's summertime. We don't keep our pets or kids inside cars, but same thing goes for the winter time, right?
Of course, the colder temperatures can be just as deadly for pets locked in a vehicle as it would in the summertime. So, we strongly suggest not keeping your pets locked in the vehicles.
Are there any toxic chemicals that we need to be aware of that our pets typically get into during this time of year?
Absolutely. Obviously, we always talk about the antifreeze, keeping it out of reach of children and the pets, but you also want to be cautious of de-icers or salted sidewalks when you take your pets for walks.
I didn't even think about that.
They will lick their paws, so you want to maybe rinse them off with warm water before or just after your walk.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Lieutenant. Some great tips. If you need more information about what we just talked about, go to our website. That's krqe.com, and we'll be right back.